A fragile ceasefire settled over the skies of India and Pakistan on May 10, 2025, ending a 100-hour drone war that had gripped the world's attention. The ceasefire, brokered by US President Donald Trump after intense negotiations with both countries, came into effect at 5 p.m. Trump, known for his deal-making approach, managed to persuade both sides to step back from the brink. The key concession, according to sources, was India's agreement to not immediately reactivate the Indus Waters Treaty, a move that would have severely limited Pakistan's access to vital water resources. The ceasefire brought a sigh of relief from the international community, which had watched with growing alarm as the conflict escalated. The threat of a wider war between the two nuclear-armed neighbors loomed large, raising the specter of a catastrophic conflict with global consequences. The role of the United States, particularly President Trump, was seen as critical in averting a larger disaster. The seeds of the conflict were sown on April 22, 2025, when a devastating terror attack ripped through the tourist town of Pahalgam in Jammu and Kashmir. The attack, which killed 26 people, mostly civilians, sent shockwaves through India and raised tensions with Pakistan to a fever pitch. India immediately blamed Pakistan's deep state for the attack, pointing fingers at groups like Jaish-e-Mohammed and Lashkar-e-Taiba, which have a history of carrying out strikes in India. India's accusations were met with denials from Pakistan, which rejected any involvement in the attack. However, India, citing intelligence reports and past incidents like the 2019 Pulwama attack, maintained that the attack originated from Pakistani soil and was orchestrated by elements within the Pakistani establishment. The Pahalgam attack, coming at a time of heightened tensions between the two countries, proved to be the tipping point. On May 7, 2025, after days of mounting pressure to respond to the Pahalgam attack, India launched Operation Sindoor. The operation, involving precision airstrikes on alleged terror camps in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, marked a significant escalation in the conflict. India claimed that the strikes were targeted at terrorist infrastructure and training camps, aimed at dismantling the ability of these groups to carry out further attacks. The strikes were met with condemnation from Pakistan, which vowed to retaliate. The international community expressed concern over the escalation and urged both sides to exercise restraint. However, the conflict was far from over. Operation Sindoor, while intended to deter further attacks, had opened Pandora's box, unleashing a wave of retaliatory actions and counterattacks. Pakistan's response to Operation Sindoor was swift and devastating. In a series of 3 waves of attacks, Pakistan unleashed a barrage of missiles and drones on Indian military and civilian targets. The first wave, launched on May 7th, involved 15 missiles fired at Indian cities, including 8 in Jammu and Kashmir. India claimed to have neutralized all the missiles. However, Pakistan's second wave, launched on May 8th, was far more intense. Over 300 to 400 drones, including Turkish-made Asisgard Songers, targeted 36 Indian cities, marking a significant escalation in the conflict. India claimed to have shot down 50 drones and neutralized others through jamming technology. However, the attacks exposed the vulnerability of Indian cities to drone warfare. The third wave, launched on May 9, continued with drone and missile attacks on 26 urban centers, including military bases near Udhampur, Adampur, Pathankot and Bur.